Build everything with this to supersize you. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Welcome to day 157 of our Supersize You annual challenge. Can I put my coffee down? I got my weights here to give us an idea of what our topic is. You'll notice these are a whopping 5 pounds and 3 pounds, but they're still hard for me to use. I went and grabbed these for the video today, and look, one's still in the plastic from when I moved from my house 7 years ago here. Tells you how often I use them. So this is going to be one of those days. Practice what I recommend, not necessarily what I do. But guess what? It's a reminder to me that I need to be doing this too. So what's our topic for today? We're focusing on physical health and well-being all this month as part of this year's annual challenge. Physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, financial, relationships, contribution, communication, and confidence are the 9 areas that I structure my life around and my businesses around and everything around. And that's why I share it and encourage other people to do the same. You don't have to pick my life framework, but you ought to have one. You have to have a system for actually creating the life that you want, not just letting it happen by default. Vast majority of people on this planet let their life happen by default. Guess what they get? Get whatever comes their way. They don't predictively choose what they do and do not want in their life. But we all have the ability and the capability of doing that. We just have to decide we're going to and then take action toward it. So today our topic is strength builds everything. Strengthening us and our body builds everything in our life. If you don't have a strong body, or if you don't move that body and exercise that body and literally do some strength training, and it doesn't mean going to the gym and lifting weights and looking like Alex Hormozy. It means, or Arnold Schwarzenegger, whoever you can relate to, it means noticing that you and strengthening and working your muscles in ways that challenges them a little bit so that you have the strength that you need when different activities or different things are required, right? Sometimes we have to have more stamina and we need more energy. Well, we get that by building up our strength. It's like if you want to learn how to do pull-ups or a pull-up or a certain number of pull-ups, you start with 1 and then you work your way up. Every day you do a little bit more to work your way up to pretty soon you're doing 50 pull-ups and you're like, man, these are easy. It's like my granddaughter on the monkey bars. I mean, she's been doing the monkey bars since I think she was probably 2, 1.5 or 2. She loves the monkey bars. And at first she could only do 2 or 3. Then she could do them all, which was amazing. Then she could do them all forward and backwards. And now wherever we go, if there's a monkey bar set, she's on it because she's going to challenge herself and do it. And some of them are really getting big. Like the circular ones go around, around, and around. I'm like, I can't even imagine doing those. But that's because I haven't done monkey bars since I was a little girl. But if I had done them and pull-ups for years, I would easily be able to do monkey bars. And so would you. So our muscles help us in so many ways. And the way we gain more muscle is by eating protein, of course, another topic. But also by, I need to drink more coffee. Sorry, I still have that crazy cold. It's in a whole new stage, though. Our muscles help us to metabolize and use energy more effectively in our body. They help us make better decisions. They help us to function when we need to. They help increase our metabolism. Strengthening our muscles and building more muscle in our body makes our bodies run more efficiently and effectively. Obviously, not a doctor or a scientist. I'm just sharing based on my personal experience and lessons learned. There have been times in my life and periods in my life when I exercised regularly and took really good care of myself. And then there's been times when I was bedridden and sick. I will say the times where I had taken care of myself up to the time that I had a challenge, a physical and health challenge, I recovered so much faster. First time I got sick, I had been doing crazy dieting, right? Went to college, gained 15, 20 pounds, that freshman 15, horrible. And, I'm only 5'1", so 20 pounds on 5'1" is a big change. And so that's when I really began in earnest my crazy relationship with food and exercise and dieting for a couple of decades. And learned that we can make incredibly bad and good changes in our body when we do the right things for us or don't do the right things for us. So back in that period, my body was not in good physical shape or energy. I ended up getting sick when I was working out in Valley, Nebraska for the summer at 3M with my sister. It was the most fun summer of my life, I think. But I also ended up in the hospital. It's where I discovered Tony Robbins, and for the first time actually. And Princess Di and Prince Charles' wedding back then was also on the TV. It's amazing when you're in the hospital for the first time in a town far away from home, and you know no one, and your sister's working second shift. It can get kind of crazy, so you end up watching just silly stuff on TV all night long, because the nurses are always coming in once an hour and poking and prodding you. So I was not in good shape when that happened, and I ended up getting really, really sick for a couple of years. But then in 2017, I ended up having another challenge. In 2010, I had a sudden cardiac arrest and died, but that's not related to this. And that was probably when I was in the worst shape of my life, was when that happened. And that took me about a year to recover from. So the first time I was sick for about 3 years, second time a year. And then in 2017, after I went out to Nebraska, went out to ClickFunnels headquarters and got certified as a certified partner for them. I went to Montana and visited my daughter. This is way too much information. I ended up with some kind of a systemic thing. I could not get out of bed. I could not physically walk. I think it just triggered all of my old arthritis and kidney and inflammation challenges. And that time I was in really good shape leading up to that. And it was only like 2 or 3 weeks before I was out of bed and back on my feet. Not 100%, but functioning really, really well. Way better than I had the previous 2 health challenges. So I felt pretty good about that. But that was because I was doing exercise. I was taking care of myself. I was eating right. I had made these changes that made me stronger. So even though I was quite a bit older, like more than double my age, I was able to recover much faster. So my whole point is, if we do these things that we're talking about with respect to our physical health and well-being, and we just make them daily habits and part of our life and our routine, it benefits us in more ways than we can even imagine. So what are we going to do today? Strength training, my whole point of this diatribe was that we don't have to have weights, right? We don't have to go to the gym and work out and lift weights. We can just use our body as resistance. We can do push-ups. We can do planks. I remember doing the plank challenge, I don't know how many years ago, but it was a long time ago. And we would work our way up to 3 minutes. Every day you'd do a little bit more. I think we started at like 20 or 30 seconds, and then every day you would just do it same time. I did it the same time every day because that worked for me. But challenges and things like that are just us using our own body to make us stronger. Sit-ups, push-ups, excuse me, and things like that can help us to be stronger and strengthen our muscles. Even just sitting in your chair and doing tightening and relaxing your muscles can strengthen you and cause strength. I do like to have my little weights. I used to sit when I was on my exercise bike, and I'll be getting back to this again. And I would do the arm weights. Now I've got an exercise bike with the arms that move, so that kind of takes care of that, and I don't need to have the weights in my hand on this type exercise bike. It's also a much more comfortable exercise bike. I use it as my time to indulge in no-mind television series when I feel like I need a real break. So what are we going to do today? We are going to do 3 rounds of 10 repetitions of something to strengthen our body. Maybe you do 15 squats. Maybe you do a 20-second plank. Maybe you do a whatever. But just do one exercise, 3 rounds of 10. I like to, okay, here's a secret. When I'm making my coffee in the morning, I like to do squats and leg lifts and stretching and some yoga poses. I know it seems silly, but guess what? If I do that every day, I'm automatically in something I'm already doing, building a good habit. And I challenge you to do the same. Share in the comments below what you commit to doing today. I also would like to challenge you to schedule 3 times this week that you'll do that. Some sort of strength training. I don't care what it is. Do 3 repetitions of 10 arm lifts or 5 arm lifts on each side with a 2 or 3 pound weight. That's right up my alley, by the way, so I'm not being facetious at all. And then share in the comments below, what are you going to do? What did you do today to strengthen your body? And If you are a gym person, please go ahead and brag and encourage the rest of us to do the same. Go out, make it an amazing day. If I can help you in any way, ask. Otherwise, I will, of course, be with you tomorrow with another physical-related single daily challenge to help us be more physically strong and prepared for the life we want to lead. All right, have a great day.